Welcome back, everyone, to more Avernum 2. We have since left from Mellow, and we are exploring around, trying to figure out how we can get past these barriers. So everything to the south is pretty much blocked off. That's blocked off. That's blocked off as well. So we need to come up with another plan. As far as quests, we don't have much left. We have the metal bars, making potions. Good old leather crafting. Trying to get the message to Silvar, which is past the barriers. The Dark Altar, which we need to be a few more levels before we can perform the Ritual of Sanctification. And of course, this appears to be some sort of main quest, getting to the Vanatsai. We need to figure out how to bring down these barriers. It's my understanding we lose a bunch of stuff once we go into Chapter 2, so probably a good idea for us to go ahead and sell everything we can. Static band. 2 magical damage. Chance to evade. Might be a little bit better for her. There she is. Kelia. I'm going to keep track of how many we sell here. 29. You hand your scrap iron over to Kelia, exchanging your heavy metal for light money. She pays you 25 coins per bar, a very generous price. So we should be able to sell her 21 more. But I'm not sure how that's going to work with the chapter ending. So yeah, this game, Avernum 2, is broken up into chapters, which we did not have in the first game, which is all just very continuous. Let's go ahead and sell everything in our bag. Hopefully we don't lose our meal, because I don't think we have the quest for that yet. Well, we're going to continue west here in a second, but let me check out down here. The water flows faster and faster. You hear a loud, familiar roaring ahead. It sounds like a waterfall, a big one. If you keep going, you may not be able to get back. Alright, so maybe that's where we want to ultimately go. Let's check this direction. It's nothing. Alright, here we go. Let's do a hard save here. This will be our last save in Chapter 1. I'm not sure if we will lose other stuff like our wine. Bags of meal. Let's see. We can always drop it and come back and get it. The river's in a little loop of cave is fairly calm. However, you hear a waterfall to the east, much larger than the one before. Unfortunately, you don't seem to have any other way forward. You look back up at the massive waterfall behind you. You feel more grim with every passing moment. There's no way back up. There's no refuge nearby. There's nothing ahead but black, icy, cold water waiting to consume you. You can hope for rescue. It's always possible. But if you cannot find a way to escape, you'll have only one option. Onward, into the hands of the Vanatsai. Mysterious creatures appeared to you, calling itself a Vanatsai. It said that its race created the barriers and that they are to be removed. You must first travel to their lands. A crime has been committed and they demand that you answer for it. Alas, between you and the Vanatsai there are hundreds of miles of uncharted rivers, full of dangerous monsters and vicious rapids. You wish for great adventures and a chance to help Avernum. Now, alas, your wish has been granted. Chapter 2, Dark Waters. Okay, doesn't look like we lost anything. Well, now we have to choose here. Let's go down here. You encounter a shade. Maybe it's undead. Maybe it's some sort of magical projection. It clearly is watching you. It doesn't attack yet. You walk forward and say hello to the shade. It doesn't respond. You ask what it is. You watch it. It waves hello and bows to you. You wave back and then it disappears. Strange. It would seem something is trying to watch you from afar. Yeah, that's the Vanatsai. Keeping tabs on me. Keeping tabs. Okay, I don't know what is that, slugs? I can't tell what that is. It's undead with vapor rats. Okay. Accidental click of the mouse. Get back, get back. You don't know me like that. They're immune to my icy rain. See if we can get them dazed and confused. I think they're immune to a bunch of that shit too, but maybe it'll ensnare some of them. Cherry on the top. Chitrak larva. Whatever the fuck that means. Oh, there's a bunch of them. Alright, we cleared this little area, it seems. I don't see anything over here. You find a patch of savory-looking mushrooms, far from civilization. Any fresh food is very alluring. You inspect the mushrooms, but you can't tell what species they are. Unidentified mushrooms are very dangerous. You leave them alone, so we don't have the cave lore, I guess, to pick these bad boys. There is a cache. I guess my hope is that we can return to the earlier chapters to get the earlier caches, but I can't imagine they don't let us return to earlier towns, especially with all the stuff you're unable to get to anyways, so it's got to be a way back. From this vantage point, you have excellent view of the awesome waterfall to the north. Glowing moss dimly illuminates the amazing cascade. The echoing roars of its waters are pleasantly disorienting. Another cache there. Probably more mushrooms that we can pick. This large remote stone ledge is filled with jagged protruding rocks. Maneuvering there will be difficult, but you can manage. At the rear end of the ledge you can see a tower. Something glows brightly at its base. Alright, let's finish checking out these other areas. We got some mean giant lizards. You know? As you walk down the passage, you begin to hear a strange squeaking, chittering noise. It's distant at first, but quickly gets closer. You turn back and come face to face with several strange ravenous insects. Ooh, chithrak. These are new enemies. They are basically like little dickhead crabs. With good armor. Really good armor. Let's see how they like rain. I guess they had nothing in their camp. Looks like some hellhounds. No. Hellhound's immune to fire. What? No map exists of this river. Whoa. A crumbling stone fort straddles the river to the south, blocking your path. The river narrows to a slender channel which runs between the two halves of a fort. It looks like to you you need to sail your boat through the fort to continue to the south. You can also try to enter by land from the west. We're just scouting out shit here. This is the ruined river fort. The water in this cave is unusually shallow and punctuated by protruding slime and goo-covered rocks. Boating through this chamber without gutting your boat will be a challenge. Far to the west, you can see crumbling building at the base of the cave wall. This brings us to the Watery Ruins. There's a crude campsite here, moldy canvas sleeping pads surround a rough fire pit. You can't tell whether humans or Vanatsai were here last. It seems quiet and peaceful. You can sit down, eat a meal, and rest for a bit. You settle down to rest, however the growling of your stomach keeps you awake. You need to find some food to be able to rest. Oh. I probably shouldn't have sold it all then. Well, good thing we saved just in case. of lightning. Could probably do without that. You find a pile of tightly sealed crates, apparently put here quite recently. They're covered with a thin layer of some smelly substance, probably to keep the hellhounds away. You suspect that you aren't the only people traveling on the river. Alright, we definitely want some razor disc. I believe we need to save those as well for future questicle. This is a crumbling workshop, a ruin. It looks like someone's recently tried to explore it. Then the hellhounds caught them. What gets your attention are the odd metal bars littered about. Each is 4 feet long, hexagonal, and made of quality iron. The metal is probably quite valuable back in Avernum. However, the strange shape of the bars is intriguing. You wonder what they were used for. Okay, all right. Probably want to hang on to these if we can make shit with them. I didn't even see this. Electrum bubble. 2% armor. I believe that's it for this area. Go check this tower out. See several small scaly creatures. They are circling the tower, looking at it from all angles, trying to find a point of weakness that would allow them entry. Their total failure is frustrating to them, which is why when they see you, they decide to attack. They think that you're easy prey. They thought wrong. You try to search the bodies of the demonic creatures, looking for a sign of who they are or why they're here. Unfortunately, their bodies start to hiss and melt away the moment they hit the ground. Soon, only rank piles of tarry substance remain. In a crevice at the east end of the cavern, you find a flat slab of rock. A Vanatsai body was left on it, to decay in peace. It holds a large sword in its skeletal hands, its blade curving in a delicate wave shape. We take that wave blade, baby. We shall use it. I believe we also want this for a quest item as well. So we need to hang on to it and not sell it. Well, I don't really want to put on our buffs yet because we need to be able to rest. You find a stone tower out in the middle of nowhere. It's a human architecture recently built. It's also sealed off. There's no visible entrances, no doors, no windows. Someone's recently tried to force their way in. The walls and ground are scorched. They didn't even succeed in cracking the stone. To the southeast of the tower, you can see a campsite. You might be able to use it to rest. You settle down to rest. A good meal and some quiet sleep does wonders to restore you. I guess we utilized the mushrooms that we had. That's a good thing. Piercing crystals got us through. There are two bodies here. They're pretty charred. A magical trap probably killed them. It's hard to tell because of the soot, but you think you can see the crown insignia of the Empire on their armor. Steel javelins. They're better to sell than anything. A wisdom crystal. It's always a good find. May need to use another piercing crystal to get in there. Nope. not strong enough. I believe that's a level 3 magical barrier to get in there. So we're going to have to wait. El Pidusk. And I think we need a fine steel wave blade, not a regular wave blade, so that isn't the one that we quite need for the quest, but it is an upgrade, so we'll hang on to it. Let's go check out this watery ruined fort down here. Actually, well, let's sail through. Fuck it. Now we're beefed up. Let's go ahead and bring these up. Well, I don't know that we can here. The gateway is blocked by a large portcullis, the bottom of which dips well below the surface of the water. You can't get by. Okay, so it looks like we are going to have to come this way for now, until we can open the portcullis. They're trying to flank us. Ruby skeleton. And a gaseous white. Over here farting on me. There's another one. Oh, it's a regular white. Okay, that's good. Girdle of Endurance. +2 armor, +1 endurance. Well, let's go ahead and just give it to Crop for now. We'll assume that one attribute point is going to be better than having the extra armor there. It's a massive wheel here. A steel chain is wrapped around it several times and goes from there into a hole in the floor. The apparatus is remarkably still functional. In fact, it's been oiled recently. However, it doesn't have any sort of handle. Where you might expect spokes to grab onto, there's only a hexagonal hole. Maybe we can use this hexagonal bar. You enter the bar into the hole. It fits perfectly. Using the bar, you're easily able to turn the wheel. As you do, you hear a clinking noise. It comes from the river outside. A quick inspection reveals that one of the gates is now open. You then sabotage the wheel so that none of your foes can close the gates on you. Aha! Take 2 for the team. Bent hexagonal bar. You can sell that. Withered Harathi. About to be really withered. Inside the box is a paper package, carefully wrapped. You just have enough time to realize that a paper package shouldn't be in these ancient ruins, before it explodes into a cloud of green goo. That's rude. Need to get that mask here already. So it looks like we sailed through this gate, and then we can open this second gate by getting off this path here. There's a portcullis here, extending down to 2 feet above the surface of the water. You'll be able to maneuver your boat under it. The bars of the portcullis to the west have rusted and fallen loose, enabling you to work your way in. There are footprints in the mold on the floor, and they are still fresh. When you step through the door, you see a small group of Vanatsai lurking by the north wall. You start to greet them, but they immediately reach for weapons. For some reason, these Vanatsai want to kill you. There must be more than one faction of them, and some of them are hostile. Well, that's not good. I have to lay these bitches down to slate. Fuck you, E.T. Oh, man. Take that. Looks like the razor disc is the Vanatsai weapon of choice. Someone has hollowed out a bowl in this stone pedestal and filled it with a red liquid. It glows slightly and emits wisps of sweet-smelling steam. There's a small clay cup on the floor by the pool. You taste the fluid. At first, it seems like you made a horrible mistake. Nausea doubles you over. Then, as quick as it came, the nausea disappears, replaced by an incredible sense of well-being. You drink the refreshing draughts of the fluid. Healed up that magic. See what happens if we keep drinking it. You feel terrible. Okay, so if you drink it again, it takes it away. And it looks like it keeps fucking you up. So you get one drinky drink from it. And then that's it. One of the Vanatsai waiting for you wields a long curved blade. It's a strange sort of weapon, unlike anything used in Avernum. It's vicious, elegant, and painfully sharp. The Vanatsai warrior waves it at you with a strange pattern. It takes you a moment to realize that the creature is saluting you. Then it says something in a strange tongue and moves to attack. Fonleth is his name. Oh, throwing them razor dicks. Knock that fucker back. The Vanatsai warrior receives its final wound. It stops attacking. It stands upright, shifting uneasily from foot to foot. After a few seconds, it waves its blade at you again. Another of those strange salutes. It lowers its blade, which slips from its limp fingers to the floor. It collapses a moment later, dead. Thick wool tunic. We need bread. We need any food for now, so we'll make sure we take that. Where the fuck's the sword? Rude. Totally rude. Probably replace the armor with this. Gives cold resistance. I don't know. It's not that great. If it was 10% armor, it'd be a little bit better. I say we hawk it. We can get rid of that too. We need to keep a couple of these cloaks, I believe, so let's... I think we need 2 of them. Let's check here. Yeah, we need a couple of those, so let's hang on to those. We can sell the rest, including the ones that we're wearing. Let's study the tome. It's fairly simple text on small group tactics, focusing on the most efficient combination between melee and magical attacks. It's not advanced, but you do learn a few things. You gain some experience. Most interesting than the contents of the books is the fact that it is here at all. Not only were these Vanatsai waiting to ambush you, but they are in possession of human books. Also, the Vanatsai made numerous notes in the book, and their strange, elegant script. You study them carefully, trying to learn what you can about these strange creatures and their writing. Very interesting. There's a narrow crack in the wall here, leading into a part of the fort thoroughly devastated by the passage of time. Narrow, hazardous passages wend their way among the ruins. Suddenly, the corridor just to the west caves in. You manage to get away before the rockfall crushes you. Here we go with level 11 coming upon us. Oh, come on, Clot. Another wave blade. I have that extra 5% hit chance, which helps because it'll negate some of the armor here that takes away, like cancels out the leather greaves, for instance. There we go. And here's another wheel. We sabotage this one, which opens the second gate. We kind of knew that was coming. We have no way of getting across this without the Orb of Thralny. Might have to get through it over here as well. Ah, there's a button here. I don't know if we can fireball the searing slime, but let's find out. We can. Alright, we did get across. Fine steel, piercing crystal, some heavy boots, another cloak. I think that's about it. There's portcullis here extending down on 2 feet above the surface water. You'll be able to maneuver your boat under it. Got some ghouls that popped up here somehow. Brings us back to the mushroom patches. The ceiling is much lower to the northwest. You won't be able to progress in this direction much further. Especially because there's a dead end. Lake of Algae. You emerge from the rapids into a wide, placid lake. The helpful glowing fungus in the ceiling is sparser here. There are huge clots of pale algae floating everywhere. They're hard to see, but you can always smell them. Uh-oh. As you pilot your increasingly unstable craft into this cavern, an apparition appears in front of you. It is a Vanatsai wearing a flowing cloak and a golden crown. It floats along with you, matching your speed, and speaks. For a while you can't understand its words. It realizes this, mumbles a brief spell, and restarts. I am Darisbach. Once and still a great lord, my honors are long, long overdue. I will not be neglected. Come to my tomb and pay me my respects, or you will not leave without my curse. Having delivered its message, the shade disappears. Beyond where it was, you can see a dark tunnel into a nearby hill. The Vanatsai seems like creatures with great mastery of magic. Their curse is likely an unpleasant thing indeed. You're almost past the crypt. The Darisbach shade thing seems very insistent on your not passing without paying it your respects, whatever that meant. Yeah, let's row back. I don't want to piss off homeboy. Have another cave here as well, guarded by some hellhounds. We have some kind of tower secret passage here. The cave ahead of you is filled with the most amazing mushrooms you've ever seen. They're all a pure creamy white, most waist high, many higher, some even taller than you. When you step inside, the mushroom patch swarms with activity. Gremlins rush up to you, filled with glee at having visitors. They ask you, in high-pitched voices, to come frolic with them. The reputation of the gremlin people precedes them. They can be kind, but they're also very mercurial and potentially dangerous. Their invitation makes you nervous. The gremlins don't seem to notice this. The gremlins pull you into the grove and start dancing with you, spinning you around slowly at first and faster still. As you dance, you feel lighter on your feet. You later find this was not because you were gaining energy, but because the internally ravenous gremlins were stealing your food. Eventually, you stumble out of the glade. The cave grows silent behind you. You search your belongings only to find much of your food is gone. However, to make up for it, the gremlins did leave you a bottle of some sweet-smelling fluid. You smell the stuff. It's gremlin wine. The wine of the fairy folk can be unpredictable and a powerful brew. Very rare and very valuable. Though the gremlins are gone, you can see that they have left some monsters behind to guard the back of the grove. Gremlin wine. I don't know why we may need this. But we lost all our food over it. I think that's okay, right? We can get some more food. I hope. Holy shit. Get back! You don't know me like that! I don't know why I even tried that. Just a habit. Well, shit! You search the area of the monster lair hoping to find some treasure. Fortunately, your luck is with you. You find some old coins. Also, one of the bones is actually some sort of wand. In the back of the cave, you find a small cache full of food and gremlin wine. It looks tempting. Yeah, we need our food back. There's a ruin to the north. It's an enormous stone wall stretching from east to west. Cave quakes have opened 2 gaps in it. There's once a road running up the wall, but little remains of it now. These ancient ruins, crumbled by centuries of neglect, are haunted. You find a lone shade of Vanatsai standing by the back wall. It watches you mournfully, waiting to see what you do. The creature mutters a spell and then begins to speak. You can understand its speech now. Greetings, human. I have been charged to return from my rest by those farther down the river to lend assistance. In life owes a healer. I can adopt that role again as I did in life, if necessary. The shade cast healing blessings on you. Safe travels, strange creature. You are awaited. I will tell those who have bound me what has happened here. Then I am free. It fades away. Well, we want to go ahead and save that because we might need an emergency heal. So let's leave him there. Let's go ahead and level. Let's do some endurance. Let's do hardiness and blade master. always that intelligence. We definitely need to focus on priests so we can get to that reincarnation dealio. Let's just keep buffing up the offense. All right, that's going to bring us to level 11. That's going to wrap up this video, folks. Thanks for watching. See you soon.